We're coming to you from the Radford Studio Center lot in Studio City, right over the hill from Hollywood. This is the place where dreams are made, legends are born. Hello and welcome to the lot. I'm Suzanne Marquez. On Wednesdays, we wear pink. But every day is Mean Girls Day right now because the remake is on the big screen with a soundtrack you can sing and dance to, with new faces and beloved characters from the original too.
May I have everyone's attention, please? We have a new student.
In Mean Girls, Katie Heron is experiencing high school for the first time after growing up in Africa, and she's a bit like a gazelle in a lion's den.
Get in, loser.
She attracts the attention of Queen Bee Regina George, who invites her to join her clique, the Plastics. But after Regina breaks girl code and goes after Katie's crush, the claws come out, and revenge is the law of the jungle.
We're gonna make her pay.
Angourie Rice stars as Katie. Tackling a musical is something new for the Australian actress.
Every project I take, I try and I hope there's a new challenge with it. So with Mean Girls, the challenge was the musical element.
Renee Rapp played the role of Regina George in the Tony-nominated Broadway show and returns to it for the big screen.
It's also a really fun character because you have to make someone really funny, very sassy, intimidating, and calculated, but appear careless.
Tina Fey wrote the script for the 2004 film Mean Girls and adapted it for Broadway and adapted it again for this movie.
Sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind. I do feel like I know a lot of people care about it and care about these characters, but no one more than me.
We as women have to support each other.
Kaley Cuoco and David Oyelowo are a married couple looking to spice up their suburban life in role play. But she accidentally reveals her secret job as an assassin for hire. I chatted with the stars and the director tells me Kaley had her own secret on set when they were filming.
How was Nebraska?
It was, the usual.
Emma Brackett is a trained assassin who must keep the secret from her doting husband, Dave. And before Kaley Cuoco and David Oyelowo started filming, she set up a meeting for the pair of them to spill their own quirks and secrets. Did you know each other before this role?
No, which was weird because a lot of people thought that we would have.
I did.
Yeah, we did not. We did not.
No. We met at a lunch that we had to meet each other.
Yes.
And Kaley came along with 20 questions, which were an incredible icebreaker.
Yeah.
And it felt within an hour that we'd known each other.
Yeah.
I knew that she liked goats, I knew that she doesn't like mushrooms, and I know that she doesn't like socks.
Yes. So we learned. Socks around the house.
I get it.
Socks are just weird. But we had a big fight about that, and then he brought it back because he has 4 dogs, and I was like, oh my God, big dog person. Yeah. But yeah, it broke the ice, my 20 questions game.
I'm Jack.
Alice.
Do you and your wife role play often?
What exactly is this about?
Do you know this man?
No.
Jack, Bob, Jack.
Pleasure. He just talked for 5 minutes to all the victims of her charms, and then he left.
Your wife's real name is Anna Peller. Wanted for contract killings across several continents.
I'm sorry.
What?
David, I always associate you with so many serious roles. So what is it like to wear this different hat and be with one of the greatest comedic actresses alive?
So sweet.
The
You can
icon
come
of
anytime.
comedy. Yeah, that was one of the reasons I wanted to do this, to sort of flex that different muscle and to do it with someone who really knows what they're doing in that space as well. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm a bit of a goof in real life. People wouldn't know that from some of the shows and movies I've done. But also, I have to say, after that first meeting we had, I completely fell in love with her as a person, you are very lovely.
We did. We fell in love
and
buddies
so,
immediately.
Yeah, and so to get to celebrate family, to celebrate love, and the desire for a family to get back together, to preserve being together whilst all this crazy stuff is going on and the hilarity is happening at the same time, was just a lot of fun.
Killing is bad, unacceptably bad.
I know. I'm done, I swear.
Kaley had intense fight scenes, and as they filmed, she started to slow down and get sick on set, and soon they found out she was hiding her own secret during filming.
She called me in her trailer and said, "Tom, I've got something to tell you. I'm pregnant, so I'm not going to be able to." And so I had to do that thing of pretending I didn't know. I just found out. And, oh my God, you're pregnant! Oh.
That explains things.
But everybody knew already. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. That is such a fun, wholesome memory. And she'll always hold this movie close to her heart.
I love you. I have to go to work now, though.
Okay.
That's on Prime Video. And over on Netflix, Kevin Hart stars in a new heist movie. Lift is a new action comedy about a sky-high attempt to steal $500 million in gold from a plane mid-flight.
Can I get you a drink, Gabby?
Agent Gladwell.
Am I in trouble?
We need you to steal something.
Kevin Hart leads an international team of thieves in the crime caper Lift.
$500 million in gold is on its way to a terrorist cell.
And the gold needs to disappear.
What's your plan?
We gotta steal it mid-flight, 40,000 feet in the air.
We're taking the plane, the whole plane?
It's kind of hard to take half a plane.
When you're around good people and good energy, it's a contagious feeling, right?
It was a playground for all of us in a
Sure.
beautiful way.
Yeah.
It's a playground to explore and work with talented people.
Is everybody in position?
You're good to go.
Showtime. Showtime? Come on.
The action took the cast all over Europe.
Venice was the top, even just reading the script, the first few pages, knowing that we're in the center of Venice, St. Mark's Square, the Grand Canal, iconic locations, like being on a speedboat down the Grand Canal. I was just like, oh my God, pinch me. This is just like one for the memoirs.
It's a toss-up between, I think, Belfast and Cortina. don't you?
Cortina. Yeah.
I mean, you liked Venice a lot, though, right?
I loved Venice.
Yeah.
But I think as a group,
Yeah.
I think Belfast will
Belfast.
always be in my heart.
Yeah.
All right then. Let's show them what true artistry looks like.
You can catch a ride with Lyft now. And when we come back, the biblical-inspired film, The Book of Clarence, just opened in theaters, and we have one of the stars here in studio, and the newest breakout star from the thriller Night Swim.
I die before I give him up to Rome. Then death it is.
My congregation gon' operate like a corporation. I want my flowers and flower vases. I want carnations. I want begonias. I want petunias and flower ponies. Run! 'Cause I'm a God, so when you see me, say hallelujah.
Clarence, in spite of your selfish ways, there is a beautiful soul in there somewhere.
Hallelujah. And I'm a God, so when you see me, say hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Jesus of Nazareth.
I'm a God, so when you see me, say hallelujah.
That was an incredible clip from the Book of Clarence, and I'm so proud to be joined by one of the stars, Babs Olusanmokun. So happy to see you. What was it like to be in this movie?
Well, thank you for having me, first of all. It was fantastic. It was a fantastic experience, working with James, Samuel, and the fantastic cast that he assembled. It was beautiful.
And let's talk about what the movie is about.
The movie is a biblical epic, okay? It's a film inspired by films like Ten Commandments, The Greatest Story Ever Told, Life of Brian. And James Samuel brings the modern day. He brings the life of the hustler in the hood.
Yeah.
He brings it to the biblical epic. Absolutely.
And with really cool fellow actors. What was that set like?
It was quite something. First of all, the Matera, where we shot, was so beautiful. It's one of the longest consistently inhabited places in history.
Wow.
So for at least 10,000 years, people have always lived in Matera. And it's just pure, untouched, it feels like. And to be shooting there felt like stepping through time, always, every day. And working with the actors, with Lakeith, with Omar Sy, having dinners with some of the others, David Oyelowo, Benedict Cumberbatch, Anna Diop, the lead and lady. we had a fantastic time. It was such a beautiful experience.
You're working with incredible people. Jay-Z is a producer on this movie.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. He's, quite tight with James Samuel, who is an incredible musician and music producer in his own right. And, shooting this, we'd finished shooting 1 a.m., James is still there creating music for what we just shot that day. That's how passionate he was, that's how deep into it he was, and he's such a vibrant, creative force, and on set, there's music playing, there's life, there's so much life in James, and he really spreads that energy, but it was also beautiful. Well, my experience with him was also beautiful because he always found the quiet moments to give notes, He's,
He was inspiring, right?
He was inspiring and private with talk, speaking to the actors. And
so you had that intimacy and that trust.
We had that intimacy, absolutely, absolutely. Because it is one thing to be, and it's another thing to connect with the people that you're trying to build and create something with. And I found that very special, working with James.
Oh, well, it's been so special having you here.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of this moment for you. It's clear you're finding your life's purpose and you're right in the middle of it. And here's to more success.
Thank you so much for having me. Go see the Book of Clarence. You're going to love it.
Thank you so much. Already do.
Thank you.
Oh, dead one, open your eyes.
Elijah.
What are you trying to prove?
And I'm not a nobody.
You find faith, and you will find all the answers.
Who are you? My name is Rebecca Summers. I found your toy.
That is a really juicy clip from the latest thriller, Night Swim. And I'm so excited to have Gavin Warren here joining us. And I'm so nervous watching this scene because it reminds me of it. It reminds me of Drowning. What was it like being in this film?
It was super awesome. I like seeing the behind the scenes. It's super cool to see how it actually works before you see the movie.
And so watching the clip, was it totally different than the experience you had?
Yeah, it was totally different. I didn't expect a lot of the things that I saw.
Was it scarier when you saw it on screen than it was?
For sure. I definitely go watch it if you haven't. There's a lot of jumps, and I don't get scared like super easily, and I actually got scared like a lot in that movie.
Well, whenever there's water involved, it's pretty intense because you're wet all the time. It can be cold. What was the experience like for you?
Yeah, so they actually had the pool like super heated, so it was really nice to be in the pool. Outside of the pool was a little cold, but they took really good care of me. Like they would have heat warmers or
oh good.
Yeah.
So you're making it sound like a spa experience.
It was really nice. And then even on the side, like, because it was a little cold outside, so even on the side they would have like little hot tubs or like jacuzzis or something like that. It was super nice.
Oh yeah, sounds like vacation. And when you watch this movie, you said you don't get that scared normally. What kind of level scare would you compare it to? Like, is it as scary as Stranger Things?
No, I would say it's a lot more scary. I would say it's like almost at around the It level. Yeah. It's definitely around there. So it's really scary. It's really up there.
And you worked with some pretty great actors too. Can we talk about some of your co-stars?
Yeah, so I worked with Carrie Condon, Wyatt Russell, and Amelie, and I don't remember her last name. But yeah, it was super cool, and everyone was super nice.
And did you learn any tips on the set?
Okay, so water-wise, they kind of taught me how to hold my breath for a lot longer, and like how to, if you go deeper in the water, your ears kind of pop.
Yeah, that pressure.
Yeah, the pressure gets your ears like ringing and stuff. It kind of hurts, but they teach you how to like hold your breath by like outside of the water. They give you a break before you do the scene, like maybe a minute before. They give you a minute to like breathe and like breathe slowly, and you want to try and like calm your body down before you go in the water.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
That seems like one of the most wonderful roles you've played, but you have quite a few starring roles right now.
Yeah.
What is it like being an actor in Hollywood?
It's awesome. I like having the experience and meeting all these cool people and like all these cool famous actors. It's really awesome to see them like in person, and instead of like seeing them on screen. It's awesome to see them in person.
Well, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank
it was
you.
so great meeting you.
Thank you.
And I'm
so nice meeting you.
Yeah, I always love a movie that scares me as much as Stephen King.
For sure.
There has to be some way to stop this.
Marco.
Good thing it is winter, because I'm not going to go in a pool for a very long time. Don't go away. Jodie Foster's new show, and Fargo, is preparing for the season 5 finale. And we have Agent Myers in the house, Jessica Poley, here in studio. Welcome back to The Lot. The stars shimmered on the red carpet at the Golden Globes, and I was out there with them, starting with Jack Black, nominated for his song Peaches from Super Mario Brothers. He serenaded us with a new song, On the Spot.
Peaches, 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 I love you.
What it's like to be, you're going to start in Minecraft, you're Bowser. You're beloved by kids, all ages, even the older kids.
It feels good, and it feels so good, I'm gonna write a new song right now. Bowser, Bowser, Bowser. I need to work on it. All I've got is that so far.
Everyone in there turned out these amazing performances, and now we're sort of sitting here and watching them all in the same room, and only one can win, though. You know what I mean? So I love watching all the losers. That's one of my favorite things, is to just try to, I see who's nominated, and then I try to like glance and I go, okay, and then when they call the winner, I immediately go to the losers, and I want to see how they handle it. You know what I mean?
What is it like to meet fans of The Bear, first of all, and just who fall in love with Cousin?
It's really, I mean, it's kind of it's the most inspiring thing of all this for me. Is just like I was in Japan a few days ago, and 2 women from the Philippines came up to me and were saying how like this season changed their life, and just sort of I guess the net that it's cast, like the reach that the show has had, is so surprising and inspiring to all of us. You know.
You are so incredible in American Fiction. What a wonderful movie.
Thank you. I love the movie. I love making the movie. I love making the movie with the people who made the movie. So for it to be celebrated like this, it's just so much gratitude.
I can tell. I love that you're filming the audience. What's it like being here on the red carpet?
It feels great. It's a little surreal, I'm not gonna lie, but I saw Erica Alexander, the amazing Erica, and we took a breath, and I just leaned into her and I said, we're here because of our movie, because of the story that our movie tells and the work that we did. And she was like, that's like a godsend, you know, so that's how it feels, you know, it feels so special. I'm so happy to be here.
American Fiction, starring Jeffrey Wright and Issa Rae, is also now in theaters. 2-time Oscar winner Jodie Foster was just a presenter at the Golden Globes with Annette Bening. They were both nominated for their roles in Nyad. And similar to Jodie's role in Silence of the Lambs, she is with the law in True Detective Night Country, and a quest to find a group of men who vanished from a research station. It's out Sunday on HBO and streaming on Max.
A missing scientist found on the edge of the villages. Frozen solid.
Jodie Foster and Kaley Reese reluctantly team up to solve a mystery in True Detective Night Country. Foster is the chief of police in the fictional town of Ennis, Alaska. Reese is a detective with a troubled past with the chief.
I need my help.
Season 4 of the anthology crime series is set north of the Arctic Circle during the winter when the sun never comes up.
The darkness is its character in itself, and it actually helps kind of put the story together. You really don't know when in time, when in space that you're in, but you're in this whole different universe, in this place that some weird things happen.
The women, each with secrets, must overcome their distrust to solve the case.
I like that sisterhood. It's something that we don't see on screen very much, that there is a little bit of competition in that sisterhood, but also a real respect, professional respect.
Issa Lopez created season 4 and directed all 6 episodes. She felt strongly about representing the Native Alaskan community.
Instead of the Native stories being the background for the white characters actually doing the stuff, it would be great to have at least one of the detectives that is Native making the decisions and creating the change.
The night country, it takes us one by one.
There is no one on God's green earth who is a greater enforcer of the laws of this land than Roy Tillman.
Why do I feel like there's a but here?
But
You got any weaponry back there?
Got an air horn? All you people sneaking around here pretending you're so nice, but I know who you really are. I'm a winner.
That don't sound accurate.
I'm a winner!
Yeah, my ASS.
Now, that was just a taste of the drama crime series Fargo, and I'm so excited because joining me now in studio is Jessica Poley, who plays Agent Meyer in the FX show. So let's talk about, first of all, how cool Agent Meyer is.
She's pretty cool. She is fighting for justice in an unjust world.
And let's also talk about our love for the Coen brothers, because Fargo is in the annals of history as one of the best movies ever made, and that's why you're in 5 seasons.
Yes, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I was a huge Coen brothers fan even before I booked this job, so it was like very cool to enter the universe.
And what is it like actually shooting on set? Is it freezing? How do you guys keep your energy up? Is it just totally a nightmare, or is it super fun because it looks absolutely fun if cold?
Kind of yes to all. There was no part that was a nightmare, but yes, it's super cold. But you're also like, it's kind of a family. A lot of the folks who've worked on it have been there for all seasons, so and they're like the best of the best. So it was very cool. Just every day on set, like kind of an honor to be there.
Oh, absolutely. And what's been your favorite part of shooting this show?
I did love getting to know Calgary and that whole area. And then, of course, the other folks I got to work with, Gino Temple and my partner, Nick Gomez. Yeah, it was just a wonderful group of people.
And I love that you're based in LA with us, and you're also part of the Groundlings. So yes. Can we talk about, a lot of people who watch the show are interested in entertainment, maybe wanting to get into it. What's that journey been like for you to get to this point in your life?
Oh gosh, it's been a long journey. I think career path in the entertainment industry can be a long journey. I ended up at the Groundlings right when I moved to LA, and I started taking classes there, and then I became a company member, and now I teach and direct there. And it's a fantastic home to have as a performer.
Which I think is fantastic. And thank you so much, Jessica, for coming by our studios. And we're going to have the last episode of season 5, which is really exciting. Can you give us a hint to the ending?
Well, I don't want to give anything away. I'll just say there are some pretty hard left turns.
Okay, I'm loving it. So the season finale of Fargo airs January 16th. Don't forget to tune in on FX.
It's good to see you again, Mrs. Lyon.
That wasn't me.
First of all, I recognize you. You were kidnapped. And for the record, that's just reality.
With all due respect, we've got our own reality.
You can't... That's not a thing.
So good. That is a wrap for our episode. Thank you so much for watching. We want to thank all of our guests for coming here in studio. We have more to come next week. I'm Suzanne Marquez. See you again next week on The Lot.